Howdy, howdy, folks. A-Train here with you for another episode of War on the Sea. We want to welcome you back to the channel. Hope you're staying warm and safe wherever you are as we get ready to launch back into our Solomon Islands campaign and attempts to take Guadalcanal. Let's review the map real quick here. We're going to do all this stuff in OBS before I run us into the game because we don't get sound out of the game unless, I don't know, it's goofy. I'm still trying to get my system figured out. Anyway, so here's the Solomon Islands. This is a map. This is off Wikipedia in case anybody needs a reference. Hello, Omega Studio News Talk Show T. Welcome aboard. How are you? How's things in your neck of the woods? We have our base on Rennell Island, which is in the bottom right corner of the map. We also have a base on Santa Cruz, which is off the bottom right side of the map. And then the bottom right corner out is New Hebrides, which is our primary base in the area. We have aircraft operating out of Santa Cruz and Rennell Islands in a scouting capacity. They're Wildcat squadrons. Over to the west on the southeastern southern tip here of New Guinea, we have an airfield and with a Wildcat squadron for scouting. And then at Port Moresby, we have Wildcats and Avenger torpedo bombers. We have Avengers and B-17s at Port well, am I having a mental dump here at our primary base too. So we had our first submarine kill in the last episode. I think we also managed to shoot down a couple of enemy float planes, scouts, and we killed a Nagara-class light cruiser as part of a 6-ship flotilla that was operating in the slot here between Guadalcanal and the Florida Islands. Guadalcanal is in the bottom right corner of the map there. It's kind of hard to see, but if you look at the first phase line that says February 9, 1943, Guadalcanal is just to the right of that. Our objective is to get there and build what is Henderson Field, and then eventually upgrade that to a level 5 air base. We have captured the Rennell Islands. We have to hold that and Santa Cruz and all of our other bases, and then we start working our way up the Solomon Islands from island to island. We'll take the Florida Island base, Maleta Island, and then keep going from there. So that's kind of what's going on. We do have a couple of Japanese surface groups that are operating in the area. One is 6 transports escorted by, I think, a pair of destroyers and a pair of heavy cruisers. We currently have 2 subs and air assets hunting for those. Last spotted, they were just to the west of the Russell Islands, heading towards Guadalcanal. So we've got to locate that group. Task Force Tuscaloosa is south of the Russell Islands, southwest of Guadalcanal, laying in wait with its heavy cruiser, USS Tuscaloosa, light cruiser USS Savannah, and 3 destroyers. They're using their float planes as air assets for reconnaissance. We have, like I said, 2 are they Thresher class subs? Yeah, Thresher class subs, something like that. 2 subs. We have one that's heading back to New Hebrides. That's our base for rearming, and then we have several other subs operating in the area. We also have 2 destroyer groups that are working on anti-submarine warfare efforts. So, with that said, now you see the map. This is what happened in reality as the Allied advance. This all starts, the game, in case you're not familiar, starts in August of 1942. Okay, so this is early August. This is just 2 months after the Battle of Midway. And so we're starting the Solomon Islands campaign, which you can see the phase lines here, February 9th, February 20th. This goes all the way through September and even December 1943. The Solomons were a tough nut to crack for the Allied forces. And eventually we would build up around the main Japanese base at Rabaul, which if you look at New Britain Island there in the left center of the map, up at the tip, the northern tip, the right tip of it, and fine print, that little island hooking around at New Ireland, hooks around Rabaul. That's the primary Japanese base in the area. They also have air assets out of Cape Gloucester on the, I guess I'm saying that right, Gloucester, on the west side, and then they have a second air base, but they have multiple ships and assets coming out, air assets coming out from the airfields around Rabaul. So eventually, hopefully, we can get up that way. All right, enough of the willy foo stuff. Let's launch the game up here and get rolling. Oh, we got updates. Okay, sweet. All right, ready to launch. View updates. Let's see what the updates have to say here real quick. And they're updating this, I mean, daily. Recent updates. That's a version. Okay, we're on version 1.07. So they didn't actually put out a listing of what the updates were. So, okay, I guess we will launch the game in about a minute or so. Didn't realize they had an update out. So, hey, Kareem Clemens, welcome aboard. How are you today, sir? Does anybody have any questions regarding the campaign, the history, anything going on here? I mean, there's so much to this, and let me look up the guy's name. Hang on, I've got it sitting right here. Guadalcanal campaign. The guy's Drachen Eiffel, Drachinifel. He has a series of 4 videos he's done. He just put the 4th one out about the Guadalcanal campaign. So he goes through the history of it and battle by battle, because it went back and forth from the sea standpoint. Okay, looks like the game's up and ready to go. We'll see maybe what they've done to improve things here, and let's kick over to it. Let me put that on there. Put this on the screen. There we are. And we're going to go back to campaign. So we're up to version 1.07 Delta. So apparently they made some kind of fix. Solomon 01 and continue. All right, let's look at the strategic situation as I kind of outlined on the real map before we started. We have our primary naval base here at New Hebrides in the bottom right. We also have Port Moresby, which has aircraft, Milne Bay, which has aircraft, and then we've got Rennell Island in the middle, and Santa Cruz to the east. Those both are size 1 airfields, class 1 airfields, whatever. They have, I wouldn't even call it a squadron, a flight of 4 Wildcats operating out of each. All right, so Guadalcanal's right here, and there's the Florida Islands. Somewhere in here, the Japanese are working on reinforcing these guys. Let's zoom in a little bit here. We have an enemy submarine here that has evaded Task Force Leroy Jenkins for a couple of days now. It's been a royal pain in the butt. Whereas, more successfully, hello, slow down, slow your roll. There we go. Task Force Strong has knotted a submarine kill up here, operating in conjunction with Wildcat out of Santa Cruz. So here's USS Thresher on its way back to New Hebrides to rearm. We have the USS Gar and Growler, both operating here just west of Guadalcanal. And we've got Kingfishers out from Task Force Tide, flying off of the USS Tuscaloosa and Savannah to try to locate Japanese fleets. USS Grayback is also operating. Let's see what the course is. Okay, it looks like the course has been dropped. So we're going to have them drift north here, I think. I want to use them kind of as a blocking force in case something comes along. Gar, we will have them take a course slightly northwest. And it's 1706. So it's just after 5 p.m. The game limits your flight ops to between 5 a.m. and 5 p.m., which I don't think it should. It's August. You think the length of the day, and we're at the equator, if not just south of the equator. You're not going to have a really short day at this latitude, I think. I could be mistaken. So let's send Gar that direction. We're going to send Growler this direction. Point is, what I would like to do is get to night. Get to nighttime. And then we could, okay, this guy's out and he is on a search pattern. This guy's coming back. Got an extra Kingfisher sitting here. Okay, and this guy is on a search pattern here. So he's searching the west. This one that's outbound is going to search up this direction. Task Force Jenkins is in pursuit of this submarine. And hopefully we're going to catch up to him at some point. All right. We've got aircraft operating. Okay, and then USS Grenadier. Let's continue. I just am using them kind of as a block. In fact, I'm going to shift their course a little bit. Keep them out here. I want to make sure no Japanese force comes this direction to try to go after Port Moresby. And we're going to start then heading them up into this direction. Okay. Oh, shoot. Well, we'll get them there. All right. Let's check and see if we can get one more flight out. We've started flying our Wildcats in. Okay, good. They're taking off from Port Moresby. Very good. All right. So we're going to put this up here. And we're going to set their course. We're going to do a pie wedge again, as we have been doing. We're going to due north 200 miles and due east to their duration, which is 337. That'll do. Okay. The idea here is we're just trying to make sure that nothing's coming out of Cape Gloucester. Okay. Which really is irrelevant because we're balls where all the naval assets are. Board Pop is not a concern, and the other one up there is not a concern. Milne Bay, we're going to send out a new air flight. And we'll send a pair of Wildcats here. Typically, we send them single. We don't expect to run into enemy air assets. We're going to stretch their duration and try to get them all the way up here to get eyes on anything coming out of Rabaul. Send them out there. This guy should be on his outbound leg, and he's on his way back, actually, at this point. All right, so I've given everybody over here orders. These guys have orders. What is this guy doing? Wildcat. Where did I say? Wildcat. I saw an indication. This guy has no endurance left. He is returning to base. He was providing support over this submarine. This one, I think I just launched. There we go. Now, okay, so this guy is now, he's on the outbound to provide search over it for Task Force Jenkins. We have Task Force St. Nick, which is our Christmas delivery, Christmas supplies, as it were. They are on their way back to New Hebrides. They have Task Force Selfridge to the south, which is stumbling around chasing a U-boat, I believe, which this Avenger is also working to spot. He's almost at the limit of his range, and then he will be making the run back to New Hebrides. Task Force Smith is almost back to port, where they will pick up more supplies and stuff. I'm not sure where I'm going to send them yet. And then we got a Wildcat out here just doodling around searching the east side. We got B-17s. Because I keep running into Japanese float planes down here, and it's pissing me off. So we're going to send up a pair of B-17s. Before 1,000-pound bombs. Okay, now we're going to have, and their range is 580 nautical miles. They're going on a scout mission. So let's see if we get them down here. 580 miles. So if I get them 200 miles to the southwest, and then send them just all the hell the way out here to 580 miles to their duration, and then they can turn around and fly back. You don't have to be exact about this. I just happen to be there. And so then they'll pie wedge back. So hopefully maybe they'll see something or report it in. I'd love to find that cruiser or whatever is operating those float planes. I suppose they could be operating off Japanese subs, but I don't think they did that till later in the war. All right. Everything else, Thresher is, of course, should be back to New Hebrides. He's got 30 hours to go. It's a long way to go. Task Force Smith, and this is a bug hopefully they're going to resolve soon, is you've got to okay, see, Triton remembered its course. Notice some of the other stuff hasn't remembered its course. Task Force St. Nick, which is 3 destroyers led by USS Nicholas, USS Craven, and Hull. It has 2 supply ships and an oiler. They did the initial setup on Rennell Island, and they are currently en route back to New Hebrides. And they have 27 hours left to go in their trip. So, did I not lock it in there? There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so now we've gone through all that willy foo-foo stuff. All right, any questions, anything like that? You guys let me know. Otherwise, we will start the clock and see if there's anything else we can kick out of here. Okay, that Wildcat's taking off. Let's start moving the clock along here. Savannah's ready to launch aircraft. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the Savannah. Oh, these are new. These are not check marks like they were yesterday. So that's changed. All right, we're going to send up one Kingfisher, and we're going to send it due north. Actually, you know what? No, this one's going to go west. Maybe northwest. This one's going to be kind of a search out for the night. 350 miles is how far we can go. I need a better view here. There we go. So we're going to do a pie wedge out to 200. Let's go out to 200 miles, and we're going to make this quite a wedge, which means we may miss some stuff. 220 is good. Then we'll go 130 this way. And we'll stretch it out this direction to 350 and then bring her back. Okay, cool. All right, let's move along and see what we got going. This is the key over here. Savannah's ready to launch aircraft. Okay, you know what? If you're ready to launch aircraft, we're going to launch an aircraft, because I don't think the game is realizing it's already 1700, and I'm okay with that. Now this one we're going to send out due west, 220 miles, 230 miles, yeah, and then we'll go due south. This is just... Okay. All right, let's continue on. Savannah's ready to launch aircraft, but does not have any aircraft to launch. All right, Task Force Jenkins has got to lay the coals on here, because we're keeping this submarine spotted. And we got to get over there and engage it. Now, that said, let's pause here real quick. All right, recenter the map. Nope, recenter the map. Let's see if we can launch another Avenger with depth charges. Done. Okay, good. Course, we're going to send them out. They can go 360 nautical miles, so we're going to go out 260. And we're going to go out 300. Arc down here. Essentially, they're checking the course of Task Force St. Nick ahead of it. There, that'll do. All right, cool. All right, so let's get those Avengers in the air. Okay, New Hebrides is ready to launch aircraft. You know what? We're going to launch more airplanes. If it's going to let us do it, we're going to do it. We're going to send a flight of 2 B-17s, 4 1,000-pound bombs. Course, you guys are going to fly. You can go 580 miles. You guys are going to fly all the way up here. Okay, cool. There we go. All right, everything's moving kind of slow. I can go 600 times and too dark. Aircraft cannot launch between the hours of 1700 and 500. which we know is incorrect because it's almost 7 o'clock. Now, if you want to say between 1900 and 0500, that makes more sense to me for this time of year, really. And it's only because the aircraft would be coming back after dark. Although if you're launching from a land base, your land base is not going to move. So that's called navigation. Fly your ass back to the base where you came from. Hey, Lieutenant Thumper, welcome aboard. How are you? So, all right, we are dark for the night. So now, Task Force Jenkins is going to have to get to the sub and do it on its own. They are closing. That sub is drifting south. Okay, now it looks like Jenkins is stopped. Yep. We're going to continue along what looks like the projected course of that sub. Task Force Selfridge, on the other hand, is going to make a move north. That's our pairing hunter-killer group. And when we get the chance, we're going to actually either build Jenkins up by adding cruisers to it, or we're going to break it down by taking a destroyer from it to create another group. Because, as I learned yesterday, it's much easier to manage 2 destroyers. And really, I think the key is you have one essentially stop and find your target submarine with their sonar. And then you maneuver the other one to prosecute the attack. That, to me, I think is the smart way to do it. With Jenkins, I've been farting around with 3 ships. It's been really hard to manage, at least for me. But, you know, I come from a wing wiper Air Force background. Task Force Jenkins. Here we go, Leroy Jenkins. All right, we're in line abreast. Sea state is 4, which is good. Visibility 30%. There is no layer for the sub to hide below. Wait, let's do this. Put case and long, or lang. Okay, everyone go active on their sonars. I kind of want to break out in formation. And I think 27 knots is good. As soon as we pop in, hopefully we can see the torpedo wakes, because we know there's a submarine that has launched torpedoes at us. I have a feeling they're going to be coming from this side, and they're going to be arcing, either coming like this and arcing this direction, or coming like this and arcing this direction, because that's what they tend to do. So we're going to have everyone execute a turn to starboard, and then once we clear the threat of the torpedoes, we will assume hostile activities. All right, so now we're looking for sub wakes or torpedo wakes. Torpedo, left side, left side. All right, we're going to have everyone break left into the torpedoes. There we go. And the torpedoes are turning right. So they're all going to start turning to the right. So now we're going to, okay, straighten the rudder. I can't see. Shit. It's going to be a problem here. Steer right, steer right, steer right. Hard right rudder, hard right rudder, hard right rudder. Gotcha. That's how you do that, boys. Bitches. All right, now, for some reason, this guy's still in a full left turn. He needs to come back to the right. Okay, break formation. All right, turn to the, damn it, damn it, damn it. Pause. Okay. That was close. But it worked. If it's stupid, but it works, it's not stupid. All right. So now we've got command of each individual ship, which is not where I wanted to be. All right. Leroy Jenkins needs to chop speed and go full left rudder. We're going to keep the coals on and steer straight with the Lang over here. The case needs to come to 15 or 20 knots and go full right rudder. Okay, now. Shit. Okay. Move back over to the Jenkins. All right, we've avoided the collision now. Drop everyone's speed down. Get the Jenkins. Oh, pause. We found the sub. All right, let's get the mini map up. There's the sub. All right, right off the bow of the case. Very good. So, or USS Lang. All right, here we go, Lang. Target. There. Attack. Jenkins. Full stop. Actually, we'll have them crawl. We'll drop to a really slow speed. 5 knots. Steady on course. And then we'll have the case swing around to the right in pursuit. All right, so that's the plan. Get your frickin' radar and... Oh, geez, you guys, I tell you. I tell the group to do it, and the group didn't do it. Jenkins did. All right, case is going to be the one we want to manage here. For nope, not there. There. Okay. So now the computer is going to prosecute the attack with the Lang. I want to maneuver the case around and let the Jenkins be the ship that's tracking, right? So that's what we talked about earlier. All right, let's proceed. Case needs to slow. I mean, they're practically right over top of the sub. If we drop it, there it is. There's where we are. Right off the bow of this bitch. Get him. There we go. First hit. Is he going down already? Oh, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt. Get him. Get his ass. There you go. Yeah, we got him good. Do it again. He's sinking, I think. He's going down. Going down at the stern. Okay. I want you... Yep, he's sinking. He's done. We got him. I don't think he's coming back from that. Toast! And that, gentlemen, is how we do that. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. See ya! Oh, that's a creepy sound. Sounds of a submarine breaking up. Oof. Oof, USS Lang was the shit there, boys. They get the battle star on that one. Oh, that's a glorious sound. And there's the oil slick. All right. Well done. Another 2 points in the kitty. And Task Force Leroy Jenkins has finally got them a kill under their belt. And that was one that they worked for. That was the 3rd intercept of that submarine. And they finally prosecuted the attack. You know what? Maybe we can work with 3 of them. So it's just one more sonar and all that. All the way to the bottom once. That's right. Yes, sir. All right, continue. All right, now, with that said, Task Force Jenkins now is going to turn around and boogity northwest through the course of the night. I want them to be in a position up here to support Task Force Tide, because we have Task Force Selfridge operating in the area. They can now change course and kind of stick around in the area a little bit with covering this. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Let me escape, hit this course. I have you guys work your way along to the south here. We have this Avenger operating in the area. We'll have these guys kind of run back and forth on the southern part of the route here, and then we'll have them work their way back up towards Rennell. All right, that'll cover them for the next 20 hours. All right, that now gives us 31 command points. Very nice, which will allow us to get a heavy cruiser and well, we get a heavy cruiser. They're 22 points, right? Let's look at the light cruisers. Well, there's Cleveland. That's a light cruiser. Atlanta is 18. Oh no, those are light cruisers, are 18 to 20 points. Pensacola heavy cruisers 22. Northampton's 22. Portland's 22. The New Orleans, are they available yet? Yes, because we got USS Tuscaloosa. Okay, it's the Wichita class. No, it's available. It's the Baltimore class heavy cruisers not available yet. Counting 6 carrier icons on the map. You don't have 6 carriers out there. Okay, you're counting. Oh no, I think you're counting the submarine icons. Those are subs. You're looking at USS Triton up north, that's patrolling along the northern edge of the Solomons. USS Thresher is on its way back to New Hebrides to rearm. Then you've got Growler and Gar here operating just west of Guadalcanal. USS Grayback, and then USS Grenadier. So yeah, those are no. The carriers are much bigger icons. They look more like the cruiser. These are destroyers. That's a cruiser. That's a destroyer. That's a transport, because even though, oh, you know what? Because when I created the task force, the first ship I created was the transports, I think. So that's why I got the icon. So Task Force Smith is escorted by a destroyer. It's actually Cimarron Oiler and 2 Type C3 transports with a, I think, a Fletcher class destroyer. And then Task Force St. Nick is a Cimarron with 2 Type C3s and 3 destroyer escorts. Seems like kind of a bit of overkill to me. But then again, once we get everyone back to port, because now we've built Santa Cruz to where it is, we may combine the transport assets into Task Force St. Nick and just run one, convoy to build up Rennell, or possibly even go invade Maliada. Yeah, if you think about it, yeah, they do kind of look like carriers, but they also are smaller than the other ships. So that's kind of the hint. I don't have the money to spend on a carrier, so I'm not going to show you a carrier right now. Hornet and Enterprise are not available at present. So anyway, so we can't get a Baltimore, which is understandable. We could get a Wichita. That's 26, and of our 31 points, that's a lot. 22. See, that only leave 9 points. We're going to need another kill here if we're going to get a heavy cruiser. Now, a Cleveland, we could get a Cleveland, and then we could pick up like a Fletcher class to escort it. But also, we can combine. We could just put a cruiser with like Task Force Selfridge or Jenkins, and then give them some heavy firepower. which would make sense. The problem is we've got to bring them back to port to do that. So we could upgrade the Renell Islands. Oh, you know what? Here's the thing. We're only 2 days into the campaign. That's how slow this is moving along. You don't get a resupply of engineering and fuel for a week. All right, so let's look here. Like rules. Yeah, see, so your resource replenishment, home ports receive every week 2,000 troops, 3,000 supplies, 100 engineering, 100 fuel. We started with 200 engineering and 200 fuel, and we sent 100 fuel and engineering to Santa Cruz, 100 fuel and engineering to Renell to get them both operational as airfields. So now we got to wait. And now keep in mind, as I open the video with the map of the real Guadalcanal campaign, it took over a year. So this is going to be slow going for a bit. That said, we want to continue hunting and hopefully killing enemy assets here. So where is our Kingfisher in its... Oh, it's returning to base and didn't find anything. And this guy's return... Oh, this is not good. Growler, you are going to head into the slot. And Gar, you are going to head into the slot as well. I do not want the Japanese getting resupplying Guadalcanal or the Florida Islands. That is something we can look up locations. So, Guadalcanal, see, currently has nothing. All right. Whereas Milne Bay is a 1-1 port and airfield. Renell Island is a 1 airfield, as is Santa Cruz, right? So, Rabaul is a 5-5. New Hebrides is a 5-5. Port Moresby is a 4-3, which is nice. There are troops and supplies there. And in theory, if we build it up to a Class 5 port... All right, so look here. Locations. Class 5... see, no, that's not what I want. Objectives. I think if we build up Port Moresby to a 5. Wait, rules, back to rules. Okay. Ship repair time base. Airfield port. Oh, here we go. Port bonuses. All right. Detection ranges. Blah blah blah. Rearm ships as a 3. Okay. So Moresby can rearm ships. Release ships is at Class 5. So at that point, then we could, I think, start creating naval assets over at Port Moresby, and then we've got, you know, options. Otherwise, what I may need to do is send a task force over there to be based to help cover the Solomon Sea, while I have another task force or two working in and around the Guadalcanal, Florida Islands, and this area, southern end of the Solomons. All right, so everybody see the charts there and how that works. Airfield bonuses. The level 1 gets a 4 Wildcats. Level 2, you get 4 Wildcats and 4 Avengers. Ideally, what we want to do is build Renell up to a level 2, because then we get the Avengers, and that gives us some offensive anti-shipping capability at the airfield. Now, if we could get to 4, that'd be great, right? But and we can't do anything with the port until we establish it, which would really give us a forward operating port. And we'd have to get it to level 3 to allow it to rearm ships. Okay, so that is the deal. Enemy losses. We've now taken out 3 Type 1 or a B2 and 2 B1 submarines and a Nagara. So 4 ships sunk, not too bad. Our losses, and we've shot down 3 aircraft. Our losses are 4 Wildcats in the first engagement over New Guinea when they tangled up with 8 zeros. And yeah, they got their asses handed to them. All right, very good. So there's some good information for us there. If you guys have any questions or want me to pop back to that screen, let me know. Important airfield detection ranges are additive. Does that mean cumulative? That's a fine question. Let's go back to this. Wait, no, we need rules. Okay, so detection ranges. So what I think you're seeing here is you're going to have longer range vision of stuff in the air, I would think, especially if you have a radar. And then detection range on the sea is going to be less. Radar will be effective, but then you lose the over the horizon element, right? So that's I think, but it says they are additive. So detection ranges are maximum and reduced by time of day and weather. So I don't know. I guess it's lookouts. I don't know. Well, anyway you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. We need to get Renell upgraded to a class 2. So let's actually click on that and see. We need 2,000 supplies, 200 engineering, 200 fuel, which means it's going to take 2 weeks of fuel and engineering because we sent 100 of each to Santa Cruz to establish that initial base. So what we may do is send Task Force St. Nick back, detach a couple of the escorts. Yeah, I agree. I want to add a task force, but that's what I'm looking at right here. Since we cannot effectively do anything right here, we do have 2 oilers, which is 200 fuel, right? And we have 2 Type C3s here. I think we got 2 Type C3s here. So we got 4 C3 transports, which means that's 2 of those for engineering, and then we can carry supplies or fuel in the 2 Cimarron class. That leaves us 2 more C3s that we can carry supplies in, and if we want to carry additional troops, we can carry 250 troops on a destroyer, right? And so that's 1 less transport to have to deal with. Although we could pack in another transport and they can carry, I think, 1,000 troops. And those are cheap enough. Well, no, they're about 8 or 10, I think, points. Point being, if we basically just send our supply ships back to park and sit in New Hebrides for 2 weeks, then we can build up the supplies to upgrade Renell Island to a Class 2 airfield. So then we get the Avengers, and then we get more, lookout, right? Doing that, I mean, I guess another option would be to load up troops and supplies and try to go land on one of these other islands. I suppose that's something we could do. So, but if we're going to park the transports, it frees up the escorts, and then that's an additional task force. Then we could pop a cruiser in with them and use that, because part of the idea is the subs are out to act as the picket line and detection. We use aircraft for detection. We want to get some Avengers that we can conduct offensive operations with. And then, we know where the Japanese are coming from. They're coming from Rabaul. We know where everyone's going. They're going to Guadalcanal. Triton's going to give us some scouting up here on the north side. I mean, in theory, if we could get a light cruiser with a couple of destroyers, we could send it up north, and then we'd have its Kingfishers to search, provide air search. So there's a thought. So we've got some options. All right, let's move ahead here. We're at 8 p.m. Ships are returning. If anything, I think we're going to get subs getting into action. Task Force Strong is sitting. Have them kind of patrol out this way. That should take care of them for the next bit. All right, now it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Things are quiet. Let's pause for station identification. Growler and Gar are not finding anything. I'll have them go right there. Growler, have them scout down into here. Okay. Okay, we're getting up to 4 o'clock in the morning. Task Force Jenkins, I want you to continue prowling west for the next several hours and then turn north. I'll tie you up for a bit. Task Force Tide. Have you guys head again? I'm trying to avoid our task force running into a heavily armed Japanese fleet, surface fleet. I don't want a big surface action. What I want to do is find their surface fleet and engage them with submarines. You gonna let me? Oh, it's going to let me. Yes. All right, here we go. I'll bring you right back into Savannah there. But right over top of these two potential bases. All right, now, there's one from Savannah, so which means Tuscaloosa can launch one as well. This Kingfisher is going to go due north. Cut west. Cut southwest. And patrol up the slot. Okay, Grayback. You are going to continue patrolling along the coast here. Are we going to be able to get aircraft up? We are. We send out a pair of Wildcats 200 miles north and 337 to there. Okay, that puts them up, which means Milne Bay. And send out one Wildcat and send it all the way up here. There we go. Grenadier is kind of getting close on its patrol here, so we're going to send it up this direction. Operate in the Western Solomon Sea. As we know, we can send it to Port Moresby to rearm. Okay. All right. Those guys have their orders. Triton is continuing up the north side. Task Force Strong is looping around. Thresher is on its way back to base. It looks like Our task force down here has made it to port. Task Force Smith. Okay, so all right, so now Task Force Smith has now been, okay, so Task Force Caribou. I'll explain in a second. All right, so now that leaves us, that sets us up for a destroyer, a New Hebrides. We have a ship sitting there. And I'm not sure how, okay, let's see here. If we go down here, okay, this, well, again, I want to zoom in on New Hebrides. We've got ships sitting there. Oh, there it is. Okay, back down here again. Task Force Caribou. And, oh, wait, New Hebrides. I'm seeing, no, I'm just seeing New Hebrides. Okay, that's fine. All right, New Hebrides, we can start launching aircraft. So let's send a pair of B-17s out on a morning patrol, and we're going to send them on up north here. With 580-mile range, let's send them up. Send them north, 300 miles, 350 miles. Send them east. Out to about there. There, that'll do. So that, it's a pretty big search area, I know. Now, Santa Cruz, we can get Wildcats in the air. All right, so first Wildcat is going to go off. It's going to go north 230 west. There. All right, now, Rennell Island, we can launch Wildcats out of. We'll launch a pair of Wildcats out of Rennell. We're going to send them up here to loiter over top of the sub. So if we encounter a float plane, we can vector them onto it, hopefully. That's the plan. All right, we've got air assets launching out of everywhere. Let's go ahead and move time ahead. Okay, New Hebrides is ready to launch aircraft. So now we're going to launch a pair of Avengers with depth charges. Done. Course. We're going to send them out. That'll do. 350 miles. You gave me 800 miles worth of waypoint. This guy? This Wildcat? No. I gave him 300. No. So I told him to go north 250 miles and then west to his duration. Right? So this is the way they started establishing search patterns after Midway, which is part of, if you read Shattered Sword, you learn that some of the stuff that the guys who were at Midway on the Japanese side during their debriefings in the 1950s kind of bullshitted their way through. Oh, we would have done this or that or the other. Problem was the pie wedge doctrine was not there yet. So search patterns. So now what we do is we're going to do a new error. Okay, and this guy we're going to send out this direction 250 miles. Which is basically the direction that the other one is going to return back. And then we're going to turn him left to 338. 337. There we go. All right. So you see we got one covering this pie wedge. Then this guy is going to come out the direction this guy is going to return. So he'll go out, then he'll cut over, he'll come back. This guy will come back and look, take a second look over that same area, more or less. Okay. Task Force Tide now has Savannah, launch aircraft. We need to move the map around here a little bit. Go about 250 this way. Pie wedge that way. Meanwhile, USS Tuscaloosa will launch a Kingfisher that flies out this way. And pie wedge is out this way. Meanwhile, Port Moresby is going to launch an Avenger. I think I want to carry AP bombs just in case. We're going to have them fly out this way. It's essentially a training flight. All right, there's that guy. Milne Bay's Wildcat's going that way. We're sending another Wildcat out this way. 250. Right turn, go 337 total. Boom. All right, so yeah, what we're doing is flying them out to their endurance, and then they turn back. So let's continue working forward here. What do we got? So, okay. Enemy ships near Wildcat. Where, which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Hello. There's that. Oh, this is the group we attacked previously. We sank the Nagara. So we know this force is a pair of Furitakas, a Nagara light cruiser. Those are the heavy cruisers. A Nagara light cruiser, and let's see, is there a Sashio destroyer and a Kamikaze class destroyer. All right, so this is Growler, of course. Okay. All right, so let's see here if we get to. And what this will do, aha. Okay. Enemy aircraft spotted near Growler. That's what we want to correct. We want Wildcats to go and intercept that aircraft. And they are right there too. Actually, they may well be in range. I don't know. Let me see how far it is. They're only 18 nautical miles away. I'm going to ignore it and let the Wildcat get into the fight, the Wildcats. Hopefully this is going to work. Encounter with the Growler. Here we go. Now, this should work. All right. See, the Growler's got the Wildcats overhead. Sea state is 6. That works in our favor. There's no layer, which sucks. And what time is it? It's 0600, so it's still kind of dark. So, Growler, we're going to turn on her radar. And this is going to tell us something real quick. Now, let's switch to the air assets. There's a Kingfish. The Kingfisher's in the area too. So, we're going to control the Kingfisher for a minute. Kingfisher, we're going to have him set waypoints. Can I scroll the map down? Oh no, I'm just moving the bigger map. Okay, Kingfisher is just going to fly around. And keep an eye on things. Okay? The Wildcats are going to pair up. Echelon right. Form up. Okay. So they're good to go. Now we're going to switch back over to Growler. Growler's going to prosecute the attack. The Wildcat's job is going to be to shoot down the Jake, the enemy spotter plane. Once Growler's radar goes off, we should get the picture here, and we should see what's going on. Okay, now we got the picture. So, new contacts, 5 ships, 1 aircraft. We're going to switch over to our Wildcats. Wildcat 1 and 2. You guys are going to target that aircraft and attack. Now we're going to switch back over to our... Alright, hang on. I got to work my... I guess I've been going for an hour now because my freaking laptop's starting to go to crap. Now, let's go over to the enemy surface fleet and go do our identification foo-foo stuff. Okay, so we know this is should be Furry Taco. All right. See the crane, see the aircraft catapult, configuration of the funnels, twin guns up front. Yep, that's a Furry Taco. Air target. That's not an air target. Oh shit. Okay. Where is Growler in relation to these guys? I'm going to have Growler Just drop down. Turn off the radar. The Wildcats are vectoring to this guy. Actually, no. Let's keep the radar up. Let's just stay put. And we can start building a firing solution on target 2. Torpedoes. We're set 3 torpedoes. Actually, we're going to go with 2 torpedoes. Narrow spread, no spread. And we're going to start building a solution. Target 2, which we're going to hopefully identify as a Furitaka. There we go. Okay. This is a Nagara class cruiser. Light cruiser. Yep. This is I think a Kamikaze class destroyer. Yep. And this is what did I say it was? An Asashio. Nuke mode is on. Okay, whatever. With twin 4 torpedo tubes, yep, and then fore and aft. No, it's not an Asashio. Hang on. This is. There we go. It's a Hatsuharu. They changed it. Okay. Enemy ships have been identified. So now, we're back to targeting the Furitaka for two torpedoes. Target 2. We'll start building a solution towards it. Alright. And we are really close. So actually what I'm going to do, have us start backing off a little bit. We ain't going to do much. But that will do. See, this guy's closing in our position here, but our Wildcats are on the way to intercept. So we want our solutions at 50% currently. Come on, Wildcats, do your job. Got him. Outstanding. Okay. That's what we needed. So now we're going to switch over to the Wildcats. And we are going to have them take a new do a new job. They're going to circle these guys. And be our spotters for us. Okay. Oh shit. Oops. Damn it, I screwed that up. There. So hopefully they will form up on each other and do their thing. Now we can focus on Growler. If we come... Nope, we're going the wrong direction. Kamikaze has broken formation. Alright, so here's what we're going to do now. Turn off our radar. To 100 feet. We're going to turn full left, and we're going to try to arc around and come back in, and then hit these guys from the side. I want an improved solution. We could, in theory, sprint across and then catch them from the other side. In fact, that's what we're going to do. We're going to sprint across and then try to catch them from the port side. They're going speed 17. We're only going 9 knots. So we're going to have to haul ass to do this. But there's the fleet. Our Wildcats are just going to circle around and keep them in sight. Now, slow it down to about 180 knots. Take your time, boys. Take your time. Now, as far as your altitude is concerned, one mile. That sounds good. Take it up to 1 mile altitude and loiter. So these commands get a little goofy when you switch between air and sea units, so you gotta be careful of that. Now, let's take a look. All right, Kamikaze's resumed its position in the formation. Now, where's the Kingfisher? Kingfisher's just out here tooling around. So let's switch over to the Kingfisher. And he's flying a wide box, so we're going to tell him to brake. We're going to get him in the action here a little bit. tooling along nice and slow. We're going to bring you up to 120 knots. There you go. All right, very good. He can do that. The Wildcats are doing their thing. They are keeping the fleet in view as we go blasting across their bow. And we may conduct the attack from slightly astern. Now, we'll see if the game is smart. Because if the game is smart, they should realize these aircraft circling them would be relaying information to a submarine. So, they should be pinging with active sonar. But I don't think they are. All right, we are going to come right to 220. Keep a little bit of distance here, not that they can depth bomb us because they can't. Okay. And center your rudder, 220. Maintain 9 knots, 100 feet depth. It's unfortunate we can only go 9 knots. They're closing on. They've picked up their speed. They're 22 knots. They're hauling the mail now. Rough sea state really helps us too. Their sea soundtrack apparently has to reset every few minutes. All right. May be able to plot a solution with the stern tubes on this first one. But what I want to do is try to pick off these two. Our solution's 74. We still have a good solution. Apparently this little flotilla is just patrolling between Guadalcanal and Florida Islands. So we could send Gar in here if we need to rough them up, give them a hard time. Boy, I could get a good shot on the lead for Ataka with the stern tubes. I think we got to be patient though. You know something? I could get a good shot at both of them with the stern tubes. Speed. Come left heading 180. About past us now. Shit. Coming. Up to depth. Okay, we're going to change targeting then. Danger close to these guys. Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Build me a solution. Build it quick. Center on the rudder. Shit. Tubes are not ready. May have just fired the bow tubes. Okay, come left. Let's go to full speed. Take it down. Full left rudder. Come around for a bow torpedo shot. Comes our torpedoes. They're going to miss him? Nope, they're going to catch him up here. If they don't just knock on his hull. Another set heading for the... Okay, good. We got torpedoes on both ships. Good. I'm really hoping we sink the destroyer. I think we are just going to miss this guy. I think we're good on the destroyer. Yeah, we missed him. We ain't gonna miss this one. Get him. Son of a bitch, we can't torpedo the destroyers. Well, we missed everything. That's no good. Shit. Actually going to fire 3 torpedoes at the Megara. Too deep for torpedo. Oh, I'm at 150 feet. Oops. All right, let's come up because they didn't even know we were here. I guess the Japanese destroyers are too shallow and draft for our torpedoes to hit. That sucks. Brings up to 30 feet. We can turn on the radar and we can get a better track. 70 feet. Horizon 65. It's going to be a tricky shot. 37, 36. Gauge the radar. So our solution jumped up. Fire torpedoes. See, maybe we can get a solution on this. For a Taka. And go ahead and fire 3 more torpedoes at him. All right. There we go. All right. All fish in the water. Okay. down to 60 feet. See how this goes. Maybe too big a spread considering they're chasing, but I'm just hoping something connects at this point. We'll hand them off to USS Gar. We'll loiter in the area. Let's see here. We need to see how many torpedoes we've got. We've got 8 torpedoes in the bow and 6 in the stern. Let's go ahead and engage right rudder. Shift our course to 360. Dive to 100 feet. Okay, where's our Wildcats? Wildcats are way the hell out here. What are you guys doing out there? I guess I didn't account for the speed of the ships very well. Kingfisher's on the slow part of its leg. Need to pick up speed here. Oh shit, I skipped past my heading. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Alright, there we go. Put you on a due north course. And go. Sprint north again. Now, is torpedoes anywhere near these guys yet? Here they come. I don't know if they're going to get there. Don't know if they're going to get there. It'd be great just to get a hit and some damage on something. I mean, really, if I just sat where I started, fired the torpedoes from there, I could have probably sank both or damaged both the kamikazes. Of course, then I would have had to, you know, fight my way out with the guys looking at me. You know, it's not like the frickin' torpedoes didn't pass right under their ship. I wonder if it's the fact that I launched them from 30 feet of depth. If they run at 30 feet of depth. And that's why they're not hitting the destroyers. Maybe I have to come up to 20 or, you know, surface. I don't think you'd fire torpedoes on the surface, though. Maybe you could. I don't know. These guys had lookouts worth a damn. They'd see torpedo wakes. Hey, is that fish chasing us? Dolphins or something? What, oh, they're shooting at my guy. A little further away. That would be smart. They're higher altitude too. Wouldn't hurt. Wildcats are going to sweep in a little too close. Alright, Growler is still plodding along, and now we're going to continue north. Take her down to 120 feet. God dang it, the stupid Wildcats. Well, I don't see any torpedoes. I didn't hear any hits, so we're going to call that an unsuccessful attack. Okay. Let's turn south, clear the air. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Crap. Their, one of their destroyers is turned around. Okay. You know what? He's doing just a sub-circle here. Yeah, no, he's just working a circle. Did what they call, later Cold War called that. Well, Russian subs would do that. It's called a crazy Ivan. Yeah, I was at periscope depth. 30 feet is periscope depth. I don't see a setting. For their depth. Hatsuharu's turning again. And I can't engage him anyway. First off, the tubes aren't reloaded. Well, I get 2 of the 6 ready. I don't want to waste 2 torpedoes on a destroyer that they may not hit. So, just go ahead and drop back down to 150. He's just making circles. I think maybe they saw the torpedoes and they're just making circles. Probably with active sonar. Okay, well, nuts. Gar. You're at come east. Wildcat still has plenty of flight time, as should the Kingfisher. The Wildcats are sufficient. So we're actually going to send the Kingfisher out a little further here to scout ahead of Triton. See maybe if there's anything going out this way. I'll do. Yeah, I could group them, but then I have to, then there's a lot of additional command stuff involved, you know, and I'm struggling just with a couple of destroyers. To have to bounce back and forth between them. I don't know. My competency level with the game isn't that high yet, so maybe eventually. But that's the idea of having them close by, is to be able to engage. If they turn around and come back, Growler can intercept them. That's what we're looking for. Now. That's an invasion force. Or a resupply force. That's what we want. Task Force Tide. Savannah. Give me another Kingfisher. I need you over the area. Okay. I could even send Triton in. It's a lot of tonnage in there. 2 heavy cruisers. So we got 4 heavy cruisers, 4 destroyers, a light cruiser, and 6 merchant ships. Operating in the area. It's going to be too late. Behind the 8 ball. The fact that we lost sight of this particular group is what really bothers me. That's what we had all these aircraft searching for and subs, and he managed to get through without us seeing him. The other group we knew was in here. We'd engaged it once and sunk one of their light cruisers. This is the group I wanted to catch out here, and we didn't. Damn it. Okay, I got this other Kingfisher heading that direction. Okay, let's proceed. Growler's going to encounter the other group first. Wait, course, no, course this way. Growler's going to get these guys from head on. Shall we begin? Aha! Kingfisher in the house. Very good. I know those guys are coming around the corner here. Could be meeting up with that other fleet. All right, let's do that initially. Okay. Sounds like we're still at sea state 6. No layer, but sea state's going to help us. Come on, radar. They may be out of range of radar right now. Heading 250. I want to come right to heading 290 maybe. For us, yes. It makes it, the rougher seas makes it harder for sonar to detect. Try to get down far enough so that 278. Make a little little sprint here. I want to try to get out to the right, to their north side, so when they come by, we're in a position to blast them. I'm going to try to get the heavy cruisers. Damn it, this was the group. If I can slow them down, they're going to have to move the slowest speed, which is the merchants. Okay, since I'm not using his radar right now, I need to switch back to the Kingfisher, and we need to change his routing. We need to take a more direct route. The odd thing is I should have, I guess, picked up that other group, the two cruisers, the three cruisers and the two destroyers that I had just engaged. I do not see them. That is the threat axis, though. About that direction right there. So we need the Kingfisher to detect them for us. They may well be able to do the target recognition, and then we could start building a solution based on that information. Seems a little advanced for World War II, but if the game allows it, the game allows it. I don't make the rules, I'm just playing by them. Growler's Gatto, right? Yep. Okay. Surface radar is 10 miles. So Kingfisher should be really doing the work for her here. Well, if I can eliminate the escorts, I don't know if I can stop the transports from getting to their destination. You know, a fleet of ships only moves as fast as its slowest component. That said, so this group may be moving slower than like that battle fleet we just faced, right? Because those were all warships. They're all capable of making 25 to 30 knots. Transports aren't. They're typically limited to 13 to 14 knots. Maybe slower. In fact, we can look that shit up. Let's Google that shit. "17 knots is maximum speed on a Kamigawa Maru class merchant ship. And if they have a... well, damn, a whaler can make 20 knots. That's hauling ass. It's faster than us. Set that right there for a minute. Kingfisher should be getting something soon. Otherwise, let's pop back up to periscope depth. Kick the radar on. See what we can see. Radar's up. I don't know. I think any assets on the map are allowed to be used. So, surface search radar is ineffective. Let's take it back down to 100 feet. Increase speed to 9 knots. And continue heading the direction we expect them to be. Down to 6 knots. Let's go back to the Kingfisher. That's approximately where they were on the map. Alright, we're going to do this. Brake. Go that way. I suppose it's possible that we actually detected that other fleet, the one we had just engaged, maybe not the new fleet, because we've just overflown right where they were according to the bigger map. And the fact that we're not seeing them tells me that, you know, something's odd here. Maybe they got past us, in which case we're screwed. You guys remember Spaceballs? The movie! When they're combing the desert? And the response when they talk to the guys with the pick? Man, we ain't got shit. That's kind of where we're at, I think. What's the periscope depth? That's right. Well, the Kingfisher is not doing me any favors at the moment. We're going to keep Growler over on this side, I think. If they're past us, then they're past us. There's nothing we can do about it. Ain't nothing we can do about it. Ain't nothing we can say. Rocky here, man. Yep. But if the radar ain't picking anything up, and it's not, nice if those wildcats had gotten up here. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Sir. What is it? Sir, we've lost the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. The what? The what? The bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. You know. Boo-whoop. 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 Bleeps. Bing. Boing. Boing. And the creeps. If you want something funny to watch when you're done watching my video, look up Michael Winslow Cruck. He's doing a stand-up routine about when he had to rent a car, and it was a Jeep, which was more like a truck, and it was like a monster truck. Call it a Cruck. It is a hilarious bit. Well, guys, this is screwed. Unless the Kingfisher picks something up, I think what we're going to do is we're going to exit the area. And we're going to try to Alright. Re-establish contact with this group further east. And Growler says there's a group there, right? I mean, am I crazy, or was that not a group with like 10 ships? Well, the problem is, why would they head northwest if their destination was Guadalcanal, which I believe their destination is Guadalcanal. So, where's this Wildcat? Wildcat's headed to the scene. We're going to have him adjust course a little bit. I mean, in theory, he could attack the transports. Task Force Tide is going to change course now and move rapidly into a position where they could possibly intercept. Okay, we don't have any Avengers in the area because we don't have a carrier. What we do have is a pair of B-17s at the limit of their range. Get them out here. Somewhere. You guys return to base. Okay, Task Force Strong. Threshers return to port. Okay. Task Force Jenkins, we're going to have you adjust course as well. Just kind of cover the left flank here as Task Force Tide moves north. Yeah, on in the 8th. See, this guy's still moving along, like I know you do. Growler's moving a little too far south, so they may be going to Florida Island. Oh shit. Okay, here we go. This could get real interesting. This could get really interesting. Okay. Wildcats are going to cover the west. Switch over to our air assets. Second here. Okay. So, Wildcat. Form up echelon right. I want you guys at 5,000 feet would be good. want y'all at 200. No, I want y'all 220 knots. Now, mini map. We are on the mini map. Navigation mode. You guys are going to go this way. And watch the left. Belay that. Let's try that again. Have you go straight this way a little bit. Then come around. Then go up. Okay. Now, Kingfisher, I have him handle the guys on the right. So what I think they're setting up here is, you know, these guys are meeting up, which means we got to do some damage and do it quick. We got to get those transports. We have to forego attacking the warships and hit the transports instead. We'll see. That's what I think we're going to have to do. Okay, let's get busy. Hello, guess who? Full left rudder. Okay, we got to get the Kingfisher squared away. Because he is flying right at them. So, switch to the Kingfisher. Break that. Get higher. Get faster. Get out of range. Okay, so we know this group. Now the Wildcats are doing something goofy here. Now, that should fix them. Okay, all these ships are headed our direction. Try to I wonder if these guys are doing a patrol path where they kind of just loop around over here. Alright, we know the deal here. It's between two more waypoints, yeah. Alright, What's our range? – 8,000 yards in closing. And we know it's a furry taco. It's a furry taco. That's in Nagara. We know this is a, we say Hatsuharu. Okay, so that's good. Come left heading 190. Rudder shift is not instantaneous, so it's one of those things where you got to watch or play a bunch of World of Warships to know this stuff. Okay, it looks like they're conducting a patrol pattern, in which case, come left heading 100 and cut. No, we want to keep the speed up before they get away from us. Hard left, heading 100. Got a good solution on this guy already. Steady up the rudder. 6,500 yards. Bring us up to periscope depth. No, I'm not looking the right direction. You'd be looking about 120. There we are. Okay, we need to get the Kingfisher course changed. Solution is good. Fire tubes 1 and 2. Retarget. For Ataka number 2. not want the Nagara targeted. I want the Furataka. Cut speed to 6 knots. Fired. Okay, now we want to put solution on the Nagara. Now the destroyers are curiously looking this direction. Not terribly vexed about that at the moment because we'll go deep, cut a left, and haul ass. Fire. Torpedoes away. Secure radar. Make your depth 100 feet. Left full rudder. How's that torpedo going? Oh, they may be. Oh, they're on an azimuth. Want to come left? Wait, what? Hit the wrong button. Come left to heading 045. Well, there's our Wildcats. Sure, that should keep them busy for a bit. It's going to slow down to 200 knots. Now, that said, where's our torps? I overshot my heading again. Starting to hear sonar. Take us down to 150 feet. Oh, they're turning. We're going to have a missed attack again. Damn it. boogieing to get out of the area here. Anchor depth 200 feet. I don't know how far those torpedoes had to run, but it was a ways. 15,000 feet, so 3 miles. They should, in theory, have covered that distance by now. But with these ships performing a course change, let them over there. I don't know. I think we are going to have missed them again. I think Phil Collins wrote a song about that. I missed again, I missed again, Meanwhile, USS Growler is motoring northeast at 9 knots, 200 feet of depth. These guys do not seem to know anything's going on, except their destroyer escorts have broken off to come look for me. Here, there's the destroyers. Jesus, look at the shadow on the ocean. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Holy shnikey. Okay, that said, well, that's a 4-screw destroyer too. Wait, no, it's not. That's their cruiser. Here we are. Down to 250. They're looking for us. Wait a minute. Did one of them turn? Lead for Ataka has turned. Why did they turn? And where? Torpedoes only have a range of 8,000 yards. Okay. Kingfisher needs to come back this way. may be able to get north and set up another attack using the stern tubes. They're less than 3,000 yards away. Yeah, we can do that. Tubes ready, 4 of them. Forward tubes are reloading. We only got two torpedoes up front, so here's what we may do then. Let's go here. Let's reduce speed to 6 knots. They are turning away. Come left to a course of 340. Now see, they've come back, they've turned around to the south. If that's the case, turn right. Bring us around to 120. Because the other 2 ships will turn with them. Put the bow torpedoes on them. That'll give me more distance from the destroyers too. Yeah, it's a thought. Now they're coming about. They're practically on top of me, and they're faster than I am. That lead Furataka turning the way it did. Up on the bow planes, bring us up to 150 feet. With these guys off to our side, their sonar should not be as effective. Continue, bring us around to course 120. There. These guys are... God, crap, we're back into a stern shot. If that's the case, then target the Furataka. Thank you. Up to periscope depth. They've slowed down. They've practically stopped. These guys may be doing their circular search thing. Keep us below 70 feet. Lost contact with the Nagara. Crap, our spotter's getting too far out of the way. We need the Kingfisher to turn back. That's okay. They've slowed down though. They may be setting a trap, or they may be waiting for these guys. They're circling around looking for me. Kingfisher's going to come around. And help our brother out. Damn it, they're at 5,000 yards, and we are closing. There we go. Meanwhile, our Wildcats are sitting over here. They're still doing their search on that side for the other group. I don't think they got pulled into this. Okay, Furitaka solution is getting better. And they're at speed 5. So we are closing on them slowly. This is all submarine. The kamikaze. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We can close on this group. We're going to go in at them point blank, I think. And then we may be able to use the bow and the stern tubes. Well, now they've picked up speed. We could pop the Nagara with 2, I think. This lead for Ataka's turning, though. Not sure which. If this guy turns, he'll give us a broadside. It's a much better target. Yeah, they've picked up speed. These guys are still circling over there at the datum point looking for us. Why did you turn? They're running away from us and they'd outrun our torpedoes at this point. Yeah, at 30 knots, they'd outrun them. Okay. We're gonna get out of here. Oh shit, now he's turning it. You know what? This is not the prize. This is not the prize. The prize is the transport fleet. We want to come west and try to engage the transport fleet. We're down to 6 torpedoes and only 2 in the forward tubes. Which means Growler's gonna have to head back to port here pretty soon. So we gotta get Gar and the other one in here. That's gonna take a few hours. Which is why we'll run Growler until she's out of torpedoes. It's 179 seconds, but uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, those flak shots. Yeah, it's unfortunate these guys turn, but they're still at long range. We need to be in closer than 3,000 yards, I think, to conduct the attack. I'd love to sink these 2 Furutakas. We've already popped, I think, each of them on the hull with a dud or 2, or 3, or 4. All right, well, we tried again. This is the prize we want right there, guys. Growler. Set a course west. Well, they may have to... Man. I don't want to keep encountering the same group. Kingfisher... Wildcat. Same deal. All right. Gar is heading in there. It's going to take 3 hours for them to get in to the space. And Triton is coming in from the other direction. So Growler expends their tubes and they depart the area. We've got Triton and Gar coming in. Grayback is on up the coast. Grenadiers over here. Thresher's heading home. We're at 37 command points. Wait a second. Talk to me about weapons loadout. 24 on them. Tambor class subs carry 24. Okay, so that's the Gatos are, or the Gato class, they're just a little bit faster, a little bigger. They can go to 300 feet test depth. The Tambor class is 250. Oh, No, I don't have any Avengers in range. The only Avengers I have are all way over at Port Moresby or at New Hebrides. They don't have the range. I've got B-17s on their way, and that's at the extreme range. How about USS Drum? We're going to send them up. It's going to take them a full day's sailing to get that to there. Yeah. We'll get them up there and then see where we go from there. Okay. We picked up command points there. All right. We need aircraft in the air. Miles north, 337 east, and clear. We need new air. Oh, they must have just recovered aircraft. Grenadier is working its way up. Grayback is working its way up. Task Force Strong. Kingfisher still got 150 nautical miles on it. Tuscaloosa, what do you have? You send up a Kingfisher, and let's get Rennell. They just recovered aircraft. Okay. Oh, whoops. Damn it. Oh, you know what? I may have gotten points back for releasing that destroyer. That may be what happened. Which gives me 32 command points, which gives me a heavy cruiser and a Fletcher class destroyer. No. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, what are the gray stars? Those are bases that have yet to be claimed. Locations that have yet to be picked up by either team. Grinnell Island's ready to launch aircraft. Really? That's nice of you. Get up there, guys. Okay. Come on, guard, get in there. Okay. Hold it. 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 Gar, course change. You're going in for Guadalcanal. That's where they're heading. Growler, course change. Straight in. Wildcat. Stay over top. Kingfisher. Come southeast. gotta get them before they get to port. Triton has been spotted. That's fine. This guy ain't got the... Oh, he does have the range to get out there. But we need the Kingfisher in here. Triton's coming down. That's fine. Enemy ship spotted near Kingfisher. Okay. Okay, we got Wildcats outbound from Renell Island, right? See if we can get that guy. Right back in here. All right, there's enemy ships. All right, this is their 2 battle groups are there now. Shit. Yep, there's both of them. We're right in the middle of it all. Come on. Oh, Growler. Okay. Growler, Wildcat, Kingfisher. Okay. There's no layer where sea state sticks. 6 sticks. All right. All right. Let's see what we can do here, gang. Them again. They're heading the other direction. We are not going to get the prize. It's just not meant to be. Yeah, no, they're completely out of range. Damn it. They're going to get troops landed on Guadalcanal. There's no way, unless the game is written for the Japanese to actually land those troops, there's no way we should have missed them like we did and not been able to engage them like we should have. Heading 175. That's really annoying. Really, really annoying. It's so annoying that I think I'm just... I mean, we're not even going to bother engaging them. So we'll continue to loiter in the area, and then it may take the GAR arriving for us to get a shot at that merchant fleet, but it's not going to be until after they offload, I think. So that sucks, and not in a good way. All right, I think we can just speed this up. Quit wasting time. I mean, we are right over frickin' top of these bastards. Right on top of them. I wish you could zoom the map in a little more. Damn it. Well, guys, I think I'm going to call a halt at this point for this episode. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that bell icon. Because it is my intention to take a break, eat some dinner, and come back within an hour or so to do some more of this. War on the Sea from Killerfish Games, developers of Cold Waters. Hope you guys are enjoying this. It's really complicated. I mean, you know, but I think we're doing pretty good so far. So, we go live or upload a video. Okay, doink. All right, let's throw that in there. Let's come over here. Let's put up the post screen. So yeah, again, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you being part of the channel. You can also follow us on Twitch at _train_games, on Discord at a-train_games, where you can see my entire Steam library, make game requests, see my Tower 3D Pro library, and discuss this and other games. I'll have to create a chat area for this game because I really think it's cool. I'm really interested to see how the development goes. But these guys seem to be doing pretty good stuff and making updates every day or two to improve and correct any issues with it. Also, we appreciate you being here. If you feel in your heart like sending a little donation, because we don't have 1,000 subscribers, so I don't get paid by YouTube. There's literally hundreds of hours of videos on my channel, and I enjoy making them. But if you're seeing commercials, YouTube is sucking up every one of those dollars from your eyeballs. Does it have multiplayer? I don't think so. Not at this time. Not that I'm aware of. That would be kind of cool, though. It'd be cool to have 3 or 4 people, you know, commanding different fleets and whatever. That'd be pretty sweet. But it's such a time-consuming game, though. I mean, it's really, you know, we've put in what, 10 hours on it here just in the last 24 hours, so or so. But anyway, you can donate to the channel at paypal.me/atraingames. That's paypal.me/atraingames. Appreciate your support, your likes, shares, and subscribes, and being here part of the discussion. Hope you have a great day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are on planet Earth or beyond. I'm A-Train. It's over. And I'm out.